player versus player, a game mode where you can face off against another opponent trying to beat you. Pretty simple, right? Well, I'm going to be attempting some rounds of PvP, and I must say, it went pretty well. For the first round, my opponent was Nut, and we selected map 1. I noticed that the devs changed the inventory limit to 4, which was interesting. The towers I brought for this round were Soldier for early waves, Electroshocker and Brawler for stunning, and Golden Minigunner as the main DPS tower. The first thing I did was placing my Golden Soldier inside the first circle. On the contrary, Nut placed a Paintballer, which is actually pretty good at low level crowd control. Then he placed a Pyromancer right behind the spawn. Brilliance. Soon afterwards, I placed an Electroshocker for his stuns. At this point, I sent like dozens of shadows and breakers towards him. With obtaining enough cash, I got myself a golden mini, and he got himself a minigunner himself. I also added some brawlers to try to bunch the enemies into a specific area. Soon enough, I was able to max out my golden mini, and quickly noticed my guy was lacking some DPS. So what did I do? I won. I don't know why it says I lost. The next person I faced up against was Juan. I did switch up Golden Soldier for Ace Pilot because of his early game being top tier. By wave 6, Juan placed down a minigunner and a DJ, but he already lost 46 HP, giving me the slight upper hand. On wave 7, I placed my golden minigunner, which held until wave 9, but I had forgot none of my towers had hidden detection yet. This led me to losing a big chunk of HP, but I was still standing. Juan was doing fine until I sent a horde of armored enemies, in which his 3 minis couldn't handle, and I ended him on wave 15. For the third round, I switched it up a bit and did a 2v2. My opponents were Max Ice Cube and EOT It, and my teammate was Yoda Yankee. I also don't know why I brought Ace Pilot into this map because it's straight, but we're not going to talk about it. The first thing Yoda placed was a Toxic Gunner, and I placed a Brawler. On the flip side, the other team placed Golden Scouts and a Paintballer. We did forget our towers had no hidden detection, so a little bit of hiddens leaked, but it was alright. Even though our towers didn't have much range, our DPS was good. And on wave 10, the inevitable horde caused them to lose. For the fourth round, I faced against Homara. It was originally supposed to be a 2v2, but the other two went missing. Before the round started, I placed an Ace Pilot and quickly leveled it up, while Homare placed a Cowboy for early waves. Even though I was in good hands from my Ace Pilot, the person next to me had made more progress, which worried me for the long run. Was this gonna be the round where I go 4-1? As I was trying to save up money, I noticed he already placed an accelerator. Finally, on wave 12, I got enough money to get a golden minigunner. 3 waves later, I got myself some brawlers, which overall gave me a morale boost. I knew I had to take advantage of his accelerator's cooldown somehow, but the only way to do this was to have higher HP enemies. So I waited and waited and waited until the moment struck. This is where I dumped just a crazy amount of breaker cores onto his path. All in all, the spam was way too overwhelming for the towers to beat, and he lost. But Homara was my best challenge yet, so well played. For round 5, I faced against Gundampi. For this round, I somehow forgot Ace Pilot, so I used a Brawler for early game. Besides me, Gundampi used regular Scout. Most of the time, my Brawlers worked just fine for early game. The least fortunate part were the breakers. I thought I was gonna die again, but I managed to pull it off. But yeah, luckily I had my 2 golden minigunners up, so I didn't have to worry as much. From what I saw, Gundampi only had beginner towers, which meant that in a matter of time, I have a higher chance of winning. So all I did was kept upgrading and waited for the right moment. And that moment was wave 25. Overall, his towers were just too little DPS. This concludes the 5th round, but one more round awaits. For this last round, I faced Saturn. I finally remembered to bring my Ace Pilot again. Hi, if you made it this far into the video, please subscribe and join the group in the description. Alright, back to the video. With the Ace Pilot doing his duties, Saturn placed some Paintballers. Then he followed that with an Engineer. For me, I placed the minigunner where it could do the most damage. The round was mostly chill until I spammed Chaos, because I took advantage of Engineer's hidden detection, which I know it sucks, so I just spammed every single shadow boss in the universe. And yup, I won. And that is all I have. Great game to all the opponents I played, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.